Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode of The Mind of Reese. Today we're going to get into why having a personal brand is easier and way more fun than just having a portfolio. I'm just going to be breaking some myths, breaking some balls around this idea that your tattoos should just speak for themselves. We're going to get into that, but hi, hello. If I'm in your car, hello. If I'm in your shop, hello. I love this. Welcome back to the podcast. I just got back from the Cook Islands, which, good thing I didn't ever, go into geography as a major because I thought it was French Polynesian area. No, we were in New Zealand. How fun is that? And the money there, so fun. Who has triangle coins? New Zealanders, the New Zealands, the Kiwis. They have triangle coins. So I thought that was pretty fun and cool. Although I was sick the entire time. And so that wasn't my best, but I'm not gonna be mad at it because I'm never mad at anything. I just honestly, I just fucking feel like life is just an absurdity, and I just fucking love being absurd with it. Can I just be as crazy and weird with life and with whatever life throws at me? Can I just do hard things with ease? I will tell you that at the very beginning of this year, my whole, resolution, I suppose you could say, was I want to do hard things with ease. Are you fucking kidding me? I fucking did that this year. This year was so easeful, it almost felt fucking lazy. I tell you how much I want to shame myself for being lazy, but that's just a kink, and I just want to I'm a lazy bitch. Honestly, if you guys aren't in the ARC yet, in my membership, for $88, no fucking brainer, you should get in it for the daily trainings and for all of the body wise and wealthy methods that I teach in there on how we turn shame into power and utilize that power into creativity in so many different ways. Creativity, aka utilizing creatively how to get more clients, make more money. Because this year made way more money than I did last year, and I felt like I did so much less. Even though I traveled, and I traveled more for fun this year than any year I've ever traveled, and it just blows my motherfucking brain. So no shame to any of the things that I felt like I was lazy when I wasn't. And this is again just going to kind of lead into the topic of why having a personal brand is so much easier. When I think of a personal brand, I think of the ultimate octopus business, is what I like to call it. The octopus business, where you have the bulb, the octopus bulb, which is the main message, the mission, the movement, the idea, the influential idea that you believe in, the brand story, the brand identity. Then we have all these tentacles, and each tentacle goes off and does its own thing, where we all make money from each tentacle, whether it be art, like prints, merch, stickers. Then we have tattoos. Then we have, coaching. Then we have retreats. Then we have programs, online programs. We have containers. Building the ultimate personal brand is so much fun. And it's so much easier than me just trying to be like, oh, let me just have the portfolio. And so let's just kind of remember why we're here. We're here to build empires. We're here to smash glass ceilings and redefine what success looks like in this industry for ourselves. So I'm going to blow your motherfucking mind with a truth bomb that might ruffle a lot of feathers, maybe some feathers, but will definitely set you free, because having a personal brand is so much easier and way more fun than having just a tattoo portfolio. And if you're hiding behind that outdated idea that your tattoos can speak for themselves, this episode will love on you. And for those that are already with me and are like, Reese, we get it, but let's just go fucking crazy, then let's go fucking crazy, because in this episode we're going to get into not only the internal relief that we need to create within our bodies to stretch our nervous systems to create this kind of success, and to any resistance that we might have around building a personal brand versus, just a tattoo portfolio, and how to build that personal brand. This is going to be a great episode for you. We're going to dig into the why personal brand is not only easier to maintain, but will also make your life and your creativity and your business grow, expand so much further. And who doesn't want more freedom? More freedom. That was honestly, that was the whole name of the game in my business, And it's funny because when I was traveling to the Cook Islands, I was so happy. I was like, oh, look at us. First class, we've got this super beautiful boutique hotel, and this hotel only had 14 little, bungalows in it. And, I've never received so many hugs from the staff. Like, I love the staff. Tell me about it. I love the staff. But when I first started traveling for tattooing, I've traveled all over the world, whether it be in the back of the plane or in the front of the plane. Don't matter. All of it was bougie for me because I was like, traveling is bougie. And the fact that I've always said yes, even when I was making not enough money to even say yes, but I always said yes, and I just figured it out. So in that understanding of being a visionary in your business, which if you haven't already signed up for a fuck around and find out, get your ass to that. That's happening next fucking week. So you're going to want to fuck around and find out. Give yourself a 100K raise. This is not only about me going to give myself a 100K a month raise, but this is about how you can give yourself, whether it be an annual 100K raise or whatever you want it to be. Like maybe it's a 6-month 100K raise or whatever it is. We are going to give you that raise for 2025. So 3 days, $33. What are you doing? Click on the link on the side and then come back to this episode. Yeah. And, make it really easy on yourself and just click the 2 side buttons on your iPhone. And I was going to call it an iPhone, but your iPhone, and Apple Pay that shit because that gets to be that easy. $33. Like, you have that. Or if you're in one of my spaces, or if you had been in one of my spaces, you get it for free. All you got to do is leave me a beautiful video of why you liked the, little testy. Give me a little testy if that feels good to you. Otherwise, pay $33. Whatever feels good. Anyhow, so, we're doing this we're doing this business to be more free, right? It's all about freedom. That's why we build a brand. It's for freedom. So I want to just call out. Let's just start by calling out like the tired ass myth that your tattoos should just speak for themselves. Babe, that shouldn't even be a thing anymore. We should know this already. I think it's hilarious. I think it's absolutely hilarious. It makes me laugh every single time when someone in the online space comments, well, you should just be good at your art. I'm like, bro, the fact that you feel like I need to say that just means like you're not even at square one. You're like in preschool, okay? Yes, your tattoos have to be fucking out of this world, okay? Yeah, they have to, okay? They have to be really good. You can't do mediocre work these days. It has to be fucking good tattoos. Okay, can we be done with that? Let's move on to the conversation, okay? Like, when you think of your tattoos should speak for themselves, that's like showing up at a party in a killer outfit and never introducing yourself. I'm just... Sure, people might notice you, but will they remember you? No! They're going to be like, oh, maybe the girl with the cool outfit. But I don't even know her name. Like, what? People don't just buy tattoos. We know this. People buy people before they buy things. So they're buying you, babe. They buy your vibe. They buy your energy. They buy the story you're bringing up. They're buying everything. Your values, your vision, your mission. They're buying that. Your portfolio might get someone to pause and look, but your personal brand was what makes them say, I need to book with you and nobody else. I want you to think about this. So there are so many talented artists out there. What makes clients choose you over someone else? It's not just your technical skills. It's your essence. It's how you show up. It's how you make people feel. Is there stories being told visually and verbally through your tattooing, through your content, through your entire embodiment? What is it? What is the message that you're telling people here? So to just be really real for a second, when it comes to like building this personal brand, I think what makes us really scared a lot of the time is that we have to like show up, as ourselves. And then as the self that we are, we feel is not socially acceptable in the online space. So we have to put up some sort of facade. And that's what really is the exhausting part for most people when they think about building a personal brand, is that they have to keep up a facade. And that's what makes them angry. It makes them resentful of their own business because, why do I have to build a personal brand, talk about myself more? Why do I have to create content, talk about myself more? I'm just falling for the devil I'm just falling for this. Art used to be so much better. Let me just repeat the sob story that I've heard a million fucking times. And I'm sure that we've all said it. That's why I don't ever get mad at them. It's because I've said it too, I've said it to some extent. But I mean, I've always just rolled with the punches. Like life be lifing. Why are we gonna be hating on, why the wind blows? Like, get mad at the wind. The wind is blowing. What the fuck is that all about? Like, that's what's happening right now. So it's like the thing is that when we're like putting up this facade, that's what's exhausting. That's what makes having a personal brand hard, because it's not actually personal. It's a facade. So yeah, it's going to be fucking exhausting trying to act professional or neutral or bland because you think that's what people want. It's a never-ending energy suck. So when you're putting all your energy into being what you think people want, you're not leaving any room to actually connect with them, and you're not allowing your creativity to flow. You're too busy watering yourself down to be appealing to everyone. And the thing is that I just want you to just be really understanding of the fact that you're not meant to tattoo everyone. What? You're meant to tattoo for your soulmate clients the specific small-ish, and when I say small, that can mean infinity, okay? Because me and small, it's like you only need 142 people to get tattooed by you to fill up your books 4 days a week, 16 days a month, okay? So think about that. 146 people. It's really not that many. And if they want to get tattooed for 6+ hours, you can absolutely make more than $200K doing that, okay? That's what I'm saying. Like, you charge $1,500 a day per client per 16 days per month. You're going to make over $200,000 a year. Yes, it's amazing. You can do that. You don't need a lot of people to get tattooed by you to have a really incredibly financially successful career, if that's what you desire, or just have a lot of, people to tattoo just in general, what you want to tattoo. So the ones who vibe with you, your energy and your unapologetic badassery, the best way to attract them is by being 100% you. No facades, no filter, just the real, authentic, unfuckwithable you. The thing is that whenever we get into these modes and moments of trying to be like, oh no, but what is the most palatable way that I can share this vulnerable thing? And so when I think about this, and I do have an episode about not dumping on your people, vulnerable isn't about dumping. Vulnerable is actually taking a moment in time and learning what the wisdom was. How do we create story around it? So we all know the hero story, where we have a hero, they have a challenge, they go through the obstacles, they have like a pathway and a decision to make on which way they're going. Then they bring it back, they defeat the fucking villain, and they come back to bring their knowledge back to their people. Literally every movie you've ever seen has some sort of hero story in it. How do we create that in every piece? And whenever you are being vulnerable, I want you to just really, truly understand that although this is a personal brand, it ain't about you. Paradox. Reese, what do you mean it's not about you? It's a personal brand. Yeah, no, it's not about you. It's about your people. So it's personal, your personal stories through the filter of what your people go through and how they can see themselves in your stories. Yeah. So when I share stories like, hey, I used to take tattoos that were not mine and post them as my own, and here I am building something, owning my story, owning that power, turning shame into power. You know what they see? They're like, man, they don't, my tattoo clients, what do you mean? They're not posting tattoos of other people's tattoos and saying that that's theirs. Like, that's not what they're, maybe, but doubtful. It's not about the story. It's about we're learning and the wisdom we're offering after the story, and then what it means for them at the end. It's like, here I am turning shame into power, being unapologetically expressed, owning my fucking shit. I am not perfect. Here I am not being perfect and owning it. Who's with me? And there's going to be the people that, we book out real quickly. So this is about that. And so that's why it's like when we try to put up this facade, of course the personal brand sounds really fucking hard, because we forget that it actually is not just about you. It's about them. That's why it makes, number one, that's the first reason why it makes it so much more fun and easy, because then all of a sudden now my stories are actually about them. But the reason why they remember is because I'm the one who's willing to tell them. But the thing is about holding a facade. Okay, number one, having a facade makes wanting to build a personal brand really hard, right? Because we got to play into this some perfect, polished, perfectionist brand, right? And then it kills our creativity, right? So blandness kills the creativity because you feel stuck and uninspired and you're like, oh, well, I don't have enough creativity within me because I'm our creativity out because I spent it this whole time making my drawings for this week. What a load of shit. What a load of shit. That's a load of shit. You are in unlimited, limitless potential, like unending well of creativity if you desired to dig out all of those limiting yuck beliefs that are blocking all of that well of creativity within you. You are an unending well of creativity. Yes, you have finite amount of energy, but of course energy gets zapped when I'm trying to play into appealing to everyone. That's why the facade hurts. That's why nobody wants to build a personal brand. But blandness is the ultimate creativity killer because now all of a sudden, I've used all of my energy to put up a facade, to put in the work for my creativity in order for me to build a design for these tattoos. And you know what's funny about that is that, like, I understand, like, of course, I've definitely hit creative block whenever I was doing designs and I was tattooing like 3 to 4 times a week. I started to realize that I was like, okay, if I'm going to tattoo 4 days a week, I can only do 2 tattoos a week. So each person gets 2 days, 3 tattoos max, because I can only design for those three designs within the capacity of understanding. So this is all about boundary work, of course, when it comes to your creativity as well. But then I also had to understand that I was like, okay, am I tattooing anything that I don't want to fucking be tattooing? Yeah, there's that. And if I have to, quote unquote, have to tattoo these tattoos, there was two directions for me. If I wanted to make the money, if I wanted to hit my quota for the amount of money I wanted to make, how can I make these tattoos so my own? It made me so fucking happy. And if that meant I did have to spend a little extra energy on that just so that in the long run, it would be easier for me, then I'm going to fucking do it because I'm always looking at the long-term fucking game. If it takes me longer to make a tattoo look more like me because I want to do it that way and I want this to be my style, then I'm going to take that a little bit longer for the future Reese that's going to be so fucking stoked that I did, because then future Reese will probably take 5 hours less than what she's taken today because we decided to go for it. Or there's the other one where I fucking cancel anybody that I don't want in my books and spend way more time with the tattoos that I want to do and make them so good that I collapse time around people only calling me for those tattoos. I've done both. And I do both still. These are your answers for your creative blocks. Because you have an unending well. Like, I feel so creative all the fucking time. I create full back pieces in like 4 to 5 hours, which to me, honestly, is nothing compared to what I used to do. It'd be 16, 17 hours. Full sleeves, all these kinds of things. Projects, it's so long, but the fact that is I spent the time years ago in order for me to be like, yeah, I'm going to focus on my artistry, my art right now in this moment, because future Reese is going to be so fucking stoked that she's only going to have to do it for 2 hours because she's going to know how to do all the things that she needs to learn how to do on her iPad, on her Photoshop, on, AI, all of these things. So this is how we understand that, like, yeah, my energy is finite and it needs to refill over time. At the end of the day, how do I do that? So you're welcome for that. So the thing is so going back to the creativity, the creativity suck when you are crying about the fact that you don't want to build a personal brand because you have to keep up this facade, which is taking up so much energy. And then the facade of trying to be a perfect polished brand online or have the perfect tattoo portfolio all of a sudden kills your creativity and your content. So you're not actually getting a lot of people into your books for your creative designs, and it's just stressing you out more. So when you're too busy trying to appeal to everyone, you're snuffing out your motherfucking magic. You're putting your spark into a little beige box and wondering why it's not lighting up the fucking room. Your personal brand is your creative playground. It's where you can be as bold and as quirky and as audacious as you want. And it's where you can show off not just your art, but the why behind it. The more you lean in to that personal vibe, the more magnetic you become. And here's the best part. When you're magnetic, you don't have to chase anybody. They come running to you, baby. So this is why it makes the personal brand so much easier, because you like all of a sudden no longer have a facade. I understand that my brand is meant to be personal, because the personal stories that I tell aren't actually about me. They're about the people that I desire to have in my seat, in my chair, the desire to bring transformation to. And then all of a sudden now I'm realizing that my creativity is an unending well of potential, that I can absolutely be creative in not only my designs, but in my content, by the way that I show up in my tattooing, in my experiences, and all of these other aspects. Now, I know that a lot of people, even after going through those things, and if you're still saying, well, isn't building a personal brand harder than just letting my tattoos do the talking? I'm going to break it down here, because it's not. Having just a portfolio is like standing in a crowded marketplace screaming, "Pick me, I tattoo too." And you're blending in with every other artist, and it's exhausting. Whereas a personal brand, on the other hand, is like having a spotlight that follows you wherever you go. It's the secret sauce that makes people remember you, follow you, and then book with you. And here's why it's easier. You're not starting from scratch every time you market yourself. Your brand is like a beacon. It's attracting your soulmate clients without having you to hustle and grind for every single booking. It's effortless because your content is constantly doing the work for you, even when you're not posting. It's constantly collapsing time around people getting to know you faster, which motivates people to get in your books, to get on your emailing list, and wait for you to open your books. That's how it becomes aligned and iconic. So let's tackle a little bit around the bullshit beliefs that are probably holding you back. I'm not interesting enough to build a personal brand. Have you ever said that? Or maybe something along those lines, like, I don't have any good stories. My story is no good to tell. Well, I'm going to tell you, it's not about being loud or over the top. It's about being fucking real. Randomly, it's so much more magnetic to be raw and real and down to earth versus some bold, crazy, curated, polished brand. So whether you're bold and brash or calm and confident, there's an audience for you. And what's so great about having a personal brand, which I love, and especially one that is so fully unapologetically me and real and raw, is that it's an art form to constantly have people see themselves rising to a transformation that they want to have within their life through tattooing, through coaching. Like, I see that as a fucking challenge accepted whenever I go into the online space and I'm like, ooh, what's feeling so alive within my body that I can share and teach and give wisdom to, allow people to see themselves transformed just by seeing it. That's why my music hits so hard whenever I pick I'm very picky about how my content gets music, where it gets cut, where it's like, I'm 100% all about the artistry in everything that I do. That's why every part of my business is art. So I want you to understand that, like, this is what gets to be so fun, is that, like, your stories, everyday stories, like yesterday, I got love tapped by a car. How can I use that story today to share with people how, like, I didn't get mad. All it did is make me feel like I was fucking alive. And the only thing I thought about was, like, holy fuck, I could get hit by a car tomorrow. And if I didn't say the thing or do the thing that I desired to do in my entire life, would I be okay with that? And I said fucking no. I was like, well, shit, we all better hurry up and realize that maybe if we get love tapped by a car, it's going to wake us the fuck up to go out there and live life fully. Right? Easy peasy. Any mundane thing that you could turn into something profound. It's so easy. It's just a practice. All of the storytelling stuff that I do, it's not because it just comes natural to me. It's because I fucking worked at it, just like my tattooing. I learned the technique. I started to make it my own. I kept trying. I kept practicing. And then all of a sudden, here we are. Because what? I don't look at my business as a season. I look at it like it's a fucking lifetime. Okay? Another bullshit belief. What if people don't like me? No, not everyone's meant to like you. This is a good thing. It's a really good thing. You are going to repel people a lot, which is so much better because I'd rather have a small, tight-knit group of people in my space versus a large, wide range of people that just aren't a vibe. So it just filters out the wrong clients. So you only attract the ones who are vibing with you. Okay. I don't have time to build a brand. That's another bullshit belief. You don't have time not to build a brand. Putting a little energy into your branding now will save you so much time in the long run because you won't be scrambling for clients who don't value you. So again, it's like putting money, a penny in the piggy bank every single day. That penny is going to turn into dollars, and those dollars turn into hundreds of dollars. And over time, it'll compound on each other. It's just like tattooing. You work at it every single day. You are going to get better, faster, more innovative, and it just continuously evolves for you. It's the same thing as building a brand. Now, how do we start? I'm going to make it super simple for you. And if you want, again, like I said, come and fuck around and find out. We're going to really dive deeper into this stuff. But number one is just understanding what your vibe is. What makes you unique? What's your edge? Maybe it's your bold designs. Maybe it's your spiritual approach. Maybe it's your quirky sense of humor. Whatever it is, lean into it. Whatever is on the daily, what do you value? The best question I ever ask my students is, what don't you value? What do you fucking hate about what's going on in your life right now? Because you value the opposite, right? You consciously value the opposite. We won't even get into your shadows about how you actually unconsciously value the things that you currently have within your life, even when you say you hate it. If you want more of that, just come into Fuck Around and Find Out. We're going to talk about all these things, okay? You're not going to want to miss my masterclass. Okay, next is show your face. Literally, statistically, scientifically speaking, show your face. People want to connect with you, not only just from a connection level, from a nervous system conversation to another nervous system conversation, but scientifically and statistically, it has said that people will buy more often, a lot, or more motivated when they see faces, period. Whether they see your face, whether they see your client's face, whether they see both, mostly your face, then they definitely want to see some client faces in there because they want to attribute their attributes to them. Let's say, for instance, it could be a white man in his 50s, bald, getting a full chest piece. You're like, whoa, dad's getting a chest piece. That's crazy. It's awesome. He looks like me. I want tattoos. Or it could be a young, black, hip college student, and you're like, whoa, she looks like me. She gets tattoos. I want to get tattooed. It's literally like that. People see themselves in other people, so show your people. Tell stories. Okay, this is a big one for me. I teach how to tell stories in Beyond the Stars. I'm huge on telling stories. Stories are the only things that are memorable. I love to read. I have been obsessed with reading. I used to write little short stories, little romance stories, little rom-com stories all the time in my 20s when I was in corporate America as a CPA, as in finance. I loved stories. They're the only things that I remember. I don't remember anybody's name or anything else, but I will remember a good fucking story. Stories are what make the boring captions better. It's like, stop with the boring captions like, here's a dragon sleeve I did. Share the story behind it. What inspired it? What did it mean to the client? How did it feel creating it? And these are just like surface level. Can we even go deeper than that, right? Can we go deeper than that? And then stay consistent. Your brand isn't a one and done thing. Show up regularly, whether it's on Instagram, a newsletter, or a podcast like this one. Keep the energy fucking alive. Thing is, you guys, like, I show up consistently within my energy. Doesn't mean I have to show up every fucking day. It just means that I'm going to show up. Why? Because I ain't quitting my business. I'm not quitting my business. If I had one foot in or a plan B, then fuck yeah, there is a reason why you're not staying consistent. And the reason why you keep blaming things outside of you for why things aren't working. I'm going to tell you one thing right now. In my world, we're not allowed to say things aren't working. because there's always something working. We're not even going to go down that route, because the moment you start saying, oh, well, it's not, it works for you, it doesn't work for me, or it's not working, you've already set yourself up to energetically take action in the third dimensional world, in the three-dimensional world, this matrix, this game that we're playing in a way that's going to take the pep out of your motherfucking step. If I'm like, everything's working in my favor, I just don't have any evidence yet, but I have faith. Well, how do you think you're going to move then? A lot different, okay? Your brand is your legacy. Yet your tattoos are your art, but your personal brand, that's your fucking legacy. It's what keeps people talking about you long after the ink has been healed. It's what will keep you booked out for years versus just right now. So stop hiding behind your portfolio, step into the spotlight, and let people see who you really are. And the more you embrace your personal brand, the easier it becomes to attract clients who value you, who value your art, and who value your energy. All right. That's all I got for you today. My voice hurts. I'm done. If this episode sparked something in you, share it on socials, tag me. And if you're, ready to play bigger, let's change fucking paradigms. Let's do something different. Let's build a brand of your dreams. Let's fucking go. Click any of the things in the show notes. You keep slaying, keep branding, and keep being the badass CEO of your own damn life. Okay? Bye.